Oliver Tree is back with a brand new single, and it's called Joyride. So this is the second single on this most recent album cycle, the first one being Superhero, that came out a couple of weeks ago. I have got a full reaction on my channel for that already, but if you can't be asked to watch that one, I think that song was actually really great. I really enjoyed it. Oliver is one of those guys that genre bends so much that, like, every time he releases new music, I'm like equally scared as I am excited, because I really like the kind of higher stuff, but he does also cross into some genres that I personally am like kind of less into. It's not a comment on the quality of the music as such, but you know, I think he actually does have history being a DJ before he became I was gonna call him a pop artist. I guess you just call him an artist. So that creeps through occasionally. Like, in fact, when I saw Oliver Tree live, admittedly that was a while ago, it was on the Alone in a Crowd album tour, and he was supported by Tommy Cash, which was utterly amazing. What a legend that guy is. And secondly, by a band called Supercomputer, which, as far as I can tell, there's not a lot of information out there. In fact, if there are people who are watching this right now who know more than I do, please let me know. But as far as I can tell, Supercomputer is like a side project of Oliver's. I get the feeling he's probably quite involved in the music, because when we saw them, it's two dudes. It's like a kind of obvious Daft Punk type of parody, I guess. They're wearing sort of like armory, sort of like silly suits, and they've got these big helmets that look like, well, like old monitors, actually, like kind of big square monitors. But I think that all of the music was pre-recorded, and they just kind of like did kind of hype DJ moves on stage. So either way, sometimes he ventures more into that side of things, and I'm less of a fan. But with Superhero, we had a really interesting combination of genres, because this guy is so chameleonic, it's crazy. So to me, Superhero was somewhere in the middle of the God damn it, I'm gonna have to look it up so I can actually get it completely right. But it's somewhere between Cowboy Tears, Drown the World in a Swimming Pool of Sorrow, which is the deluxe edition of Cowboy Tears, which had like a kind of grungy, sort of more punk rocky kind of EP attached to what was a country album, which I also really liked. And then you've also got Alone in the Crowd, which is like a little bit more kind of electronic, a little bit more clubby, but I actually still really liked the vast majority of that album. It was, I still think I prefer Cowboy Tears, but there are some fantastic tracks on Alone in the Crowd too. But I feel like Superhero kind of combines a bit of both with that. It's kind of like got that more kind of grungy punk rock, kind of like, you know, power chords. I realized that motion looks really weird outside of camera shot, mixed in with some like quite well put together kind of synthy stuff. The production's really good. As always, the music video was hilarious and bizarre, kind of a little bit nonsensical, but he's such a charismatic dude, it doesn't really matter. They're always going to be interesting to look at. If it's not a stunt show, it's him eating cat food in a sauna or anything in between. Who knows? I like Oliver Tree as an entity. Every time I see him crop up, if you ever watch him do crossover episodes on like H3, even something like Logan Paul, Impulsive. I really don't like Logan Paul, but the episode of Impulsive with Oliver Tree on it is hilarious, because Oliver's just running rings around them the whole way through. He's got this like persona of being like a bit of a moron, but you can tell that dude is sharp. So here we are at the second track of this new album. It's called Joyride. Yeah, screw it, let's jump in and have a listen. Aha, so this maybe is going to be more stunt orientated. I wonder where this is filmed. Oh, I think the music videos for Alone in a Crowd were predominantly filmed in Serbia. It's kind of difficult to tell with Oliver Tree, because half the time he's bullshitting, but I think it was in Serbia for a couple of reasons. One, the architecture is really interesting, and secondly, I think from comparatively cheap to produce there. So I'm wondering if that's a similar thing here. Also, what is that suit? I love it and I hate it. The matching shoes and everything is like completely insane, but I do quite like it with the big hat as well, which I guess is a carry on from the Superhero video. Okay. So definitely leaning more into the like DJ kind of club vibe of that, which to be fair, I'm actually fine with, because he's interesting with his composition still. Ooh, I like that shot. I mean, it's a nice tone on the bass that's coming through. I mean, right now it is literally just his vocals Singing quite monotone at the moment, but it's fine because it's almost like a rap in its delivery, with a bass line and then a fairly fast drum line coming through there. But music video wise, like, you can tell it's actually him. The guy actually does have balls of steel. Yeah, there you go. This is going to be one where he's in the back of a car doing a bunch of donuts while dressed completely mental. Let's see. I'm curious where the chorus is going to go on this one. Okay, that was the chorus, I guess. Again, I can see this song being quite fun to sing along to live. It's quite aggressive in its vocal delivery as well, which is fun. I hope that there's a little bit more musical development that comes in afterwards, but just the sort of nature of the way he delivers the stuff, it's quite entertaining. I like that shot a lot. Okay. So there's a little bit of evolution in the synths at the back, just a little bit. It's mixed quite quietly, but there was another alternative synth doing a kind of higher burner, kind of following the chord progression and kind of playing slightly off of Oliver's vocals, which, yeah, you know, it adds a little extra bit, a little something, because what I don't really want is for the song to be entirely that bass synth and the drum line, and that's it. Also, now Oliver's upside down, which I genuinely believe he probably did. I love the rap on the quad bike as well. Man, he's probably big enough now that the insurance stuff on this is insane. Someone's like, are you sure you want to go on a tripod? It's going to cost like another 10 grand in insurance because you're worth not mutilating now. It's interesting because his lyrical content very much goes between being quite sweet in sentiment, at least, like songs like Placeholder, or, to be fair, pretty much the entirety of Alone in a Crowd has got like some level of kind of, you know, One and Only, Essence, songs like that. They've all got this kind of like slightly more sweet, kind of in love feel to them. Even Cowboy Tears. And then you get the other side of that, which is like Bounce or other songs like that, where it's literally just about tapping that ass. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting. He feels like he's doing a parody of that kind of vocal style, I think. But it's kind of difficult because he just fully commits to literally everything he does. But yeah, I don't know. I will say I'm kind of hoping there's a little bit more melodic progression on this one. It's an interesting enough video, but I feel like we have now heard the entire song. We probably did hear the entire song after about 40 seconds. I mean, again, it's actually quite a short song. It's like 2 minutes 28. In the context of a wider album, that is completely fine. It almost functions as a transition, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of hoping this is not too indicative of the rest of the album. I really like those shots with the buildings moving in the background. Those are really, really, like, visually, I find them very appealing. Okay, well, some good stunting. Notice that one's actually got a helmet on, because I feel like doing a wheelie whilst you've got fireworks firing off your motorbike might hurt you, and it's almost certainly not Oliver in this context. Also, that, like, vocal delivery visually, he always does this thing where he really over-enunciates everything he's saying, and I quite like it, actually. It adds this, like, cartoon-esque kind of thing to it. Like, he's really not trying to fool you into thinking he's actually singing in the shot right now. You know, we all know it's a music video, so you might as well have fun with the vocal delivery. And Molotov. Nice, okay. That was a fun visual cue mixed in with the music there. Okay. The tank. See, I quite like this section a lot more. There's just way more going on audio-wise. There's like multiple layers of synths doing various different tones, kind of soundscapey. And maybe, in fact, because this is getting right to the end of the song here, this, in the context of the album, might feed into another one. We'll have to see. That look real. Well, you definitely cannot argue that Oliver Tree is boring. It's never quite what you expect every single time. I will admit the song did not do loads for me. It's like fine. It's a bit short. I think there's not enough musical progression across the entire thing. You just get kind of like chorus, verse, and it's predominantly that bass synth with a kind of like fairly fast kind of hip-hop drum and bass style drum component to it, which again I think in isolation is fine. Like this song, I probably won't skip it if in the context of the full album. If I ever get to see him live again, which I'd love to, I will be happy to hear that song. I think it probably will translate to a live crowd really well, especially towards that end bit where it all gets a bit heavier. There's that big boom that's synced up with the guitar, with the car getting molotoved. I can see that all being quite fun in a sort of like live crowd setting, but what I don't want is for the rest of the album to all sound like that. I would much rather his sound stays closer to Superhero. But again, those songs are really quite different on their face, these two singles he's released from this album. I don't think we've actually got a confirmed date for this album yet, but based on the like frequency of the drops, if I was him, I wouldn't lose the momentum. So I'm hoping maybe by end of the year, maybe beginning of next year if we're lucky. So yeah, I guess strap in and see what Oliver's got in store for us, because based on these two, there is basically no pattern I can figure out here. And also interesting, I was thinking while I was watching that actually, based on having seen him live, he sort of has like a new character for each album. So with the first album, we've got bowl haircut Oliver. We've got Life Goes Yon, 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 yon. It's all like kind of like weird, more kind of zoomery, synthy, poppy stuff. And that's what like a distinct character. And then you got the Cowboy Tears character, which is like the long blonde kind of like mullet bowl cut thing with the cowboy boots and all that. Actually, really, that outfit is hilarious. The little glasses and everything, great. And then Alone in the Crowd, he's got this more fashionista kind of like Edna Mode's styly person. Again, back to a full bowl cut. Even though I think his actual hair is the long hair based on stuff. So they're all distinct characters. They've got names which I now can't remember. He's filmed like skits with all these characters kind of like leading to an arc. So I'm curious who the character is for this one. I'm guessing this character wears matching tracksuits that kind of look like they should be your mum's sort of like sofa throw with the big furry fez thing on top of his head. Hey, it's definitely interesting. I appreciate the effort that goes into trying to make everything visually distinct, because you can tell which album a song is on. Even if you can't hear it, if you just watch the music videos, you can just see that based on how he's dressed. So that is something that's cool. I like Oliver Tree. I just want to support more weird creators doing stuff that makes them happy, because I don't know, it feels really genuine with him. Like the fact that it's all directed by him, I totally believe. He's big enough now, he's got a budget. He was like, let's do donuts and blow up some cars and I'll just kind of dance around and that'll be fun. And you know what, it was. So keep on doing what you're doing, Oliver. I look forward to your next offering. Thank you very much for watching. Leave me a comment below. Tell me, what is your favorite era of Oliver Tree? I think my favorite era was, well, I know my favorite era is definitely Cowboy Tears, but I am open to all of them, so let me know in the comments what you guys think and what you think of this new song right here. Thank you very much for watching, like, share, subscribe, all that crazy stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.